some oil marketers are holding meetings over the proposed scheme by Dangote Petroleum Refinery to begin the nationwide distribution of diesel and premium motor spirits, PMS, also known as petrol. On June the 15th, Dangote Refinery said it would commence distribution of fuel, including compressed natural gas, CNG, from August the 15th. Sources close to the DAPPMAN and Petroleum Products Marketers Association of Nigeria say their members have been holding marathon meetings in the wake of the announcement by Dangote Refinery. Earlier on Monday, the Petroleum Products Retail Outlets Owners Association of Nigeria said Dangote Refinery's forward integration adoption could lead to a monopoly in disguise. A source at the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, DAPPMAN, also confirmed that the association was meeting over the announcement by Dangote Refinery. A petroleum engineering expert, Professor Izielen Agbon, joins me now from Dallas, Texas, for a discussion of the implication of the Dangote Refinery's move on Nigeria's petroleum sector. Thank you very much, sir, for giving us your time tonight on the news. What was your initial reaction to Dangote's talk? I mean, a lot of persons from your sector have said this is a good move. You know, it's going to break the monopoly in that sector. What is yours?
Well, I think that what we are seeing unfolding is the struggle between Dangote and the oil cabal. This oil cabal is made up of local marketers with their international partners. Some of these international partners are international traders. They were part of the DSDP program that NNPC had that were responsible for importing all our petrol into Nigeria and all our petroleum products. At the end of the direct sale, direct product purchase program, the DSDP program, when Dangote came on stream, there became a struggle for the Nigerian market. Remember, Dangote was talking about an oil cabal. So the domestic partners of these international traders have been in a part of the struggle with Dangote, with this cabal. Both Dangote, in order to survive, have to do backward and forward integration. Backward integration means Dangote have to control the supply of petrol to its refinery. So Dangote started fighting with NNPC to supply it with petrol, if you remember, because Dangote was buying petrol from US and Brazil. Finally, the government intervened and said NNPC must sell to Dangote petrol at Naira and sell them at the 445,000 barrels for domestic input and sell it in Naira. Then part of NNPC also was supposed to buy 20% of Dangote, but the people, the part of NNPC management that was in favor and in collude with this international cabal, they struggled to make sure that we don't buy 20% of Dangote and reduce it to 7.2%. Not only that, they started importing petrol. They kept importing petrol into Nigeria, and sometimes the petrol they were importing it at a cheaper price. They were taking a loss. For instance, in October last year, some independent marketer like Total Energy and Shafa and Etana and Heading and Mrs. Adova, they were selling in some of their gas station, filling station in Abuja at 20 naira, 25 naira below NNPC outlet. NNPC now said, we are buying in Dangote, at Dangote Refinery, at 898 naira per liter and selling it to you. In order to compete, we have to sell it to you at 765. We are taking a loss. There is subsidy. So NNPC say, we are not going to be the sole lifter of petrol from Dangote. Private marketers can go to Dangote and lift petrol. But anytime they want to fight Dangote, they will bring those international partners like Total, Britannica, Transfigura, Vito, they've been making a lot of money importing petrol into our country in cahoots with some NPC manager so that our refinery don't work. So they are still fighting Dangote. So they bring in this petrol. That's why we are still importing petrol.
So, Prof, if I get you, you're still saying this is some kind of fight for, the sector and to impede what Dangote is doing. As you're answering that, let me also add that on the one hand, while some persons say it's going to break monopoly, there are others who are saying, PETROAN, for instance, is saying that the Dangote Refinery's adoption could lead to monopoly in disguise. He said it will wipe out businesses in the downstream sector. I want you to speak to that.
Yes. In order for Dangote to survive, and Dangote is an oligopoly, it's an oligopoly, it strives towards monopoly control. It wants to take control of all the oil sector, downstream sector. But now this cabal is fighting it by giving cheap petrol to this marketer. So Dangote decides, instead of me selling petrol at the refinery gate in Lagos, I am going to take over, I'm going to build my own filling stations so that I control all the distribution and marketing. Because if I do that, I can sell petrol to Nigeria below the price of the importers and therefore drive them out of the market. So NNPC is actually supposed to compete with Dangote in this downstream with respect to filling station. But the managers, some of the managers in NNPC that were part of this cabal, what they did was they went and bought OVH, which was owned by Ondo. They had about 380 filling stations, and NNPC had about 900 filling stations. NNPC bought this company, and then NNPC went to court and handed over NNPC retail to OVH because they all believe privatization. Let's privatize filling stations so that they can all make money. The part of NNPC management that want government and Nigerian people to own both the filling station and the refineries and the oil fields, they most of the time they don't get a lot of support. So this is the situation. So they are right.
Let me speak like an ordinary Nigerian. What kind of questions do you think Nigerians should be asking about this current situation in the oil sector? I mean, ideally, they would say whoever can sell it cheapest, especially looking at how the economy is biting the hand. I'll go with the person who makes my life easier.
The question we should be answering Dangote is, after you build your retail market, what will be the price at the pump in Abuja? If the price at the pump, are you going to behave like a monopoly and give us at 1,000 naira? Or are you going to give us
the claim that the initiative, Prof, I'm reading the claims that the initiative has. It says a credit scheme for bulk buyers to revitalize dormant filling station and then reduce inflationary pressures and stimulate small businesses. The whole idea that they are pitching is that prices will be lower because, the more stations can get access to the product.
No, I think what is happening is this. When Dangote goes into the market and has its retail, and because of his size, is able to underbid these independent marketers. These independent marketers will have three choices. Either they close down, and a lot of filling stations will be bought by Dangote, or they become Dangote affiliates. That means they just work for Dangote. They own their own petrol station, but they sell Dangote oil. Or they go back to the National Assembly and get the National Assembly to pass a law to say, Dangote, you cannot control more than 50% of filling station in Nigeria, which will be contrary to capitalism. This is the problem. But you see, when two elephants fight, the grass
suffers. Okay, quickly, from your expert point, in 40 seconds if you can, what should be the move around this? Besides trying to get Dangote to maybe do 50%, are there other alternatives?
Thing we should do is not even worry about Dangote doing 50%. What we should get Dangote to commit is how low is the price you are going to get when you get the filling station. Are we going to get prices at 700 naira, 650 naira per liter, or are you going to keep it at 900 naira, 800, 900 naira per liter? If you are going to keep it at 800, 900 naira per liter and make monopolistic profits, then Dangote should be stopped.
Right.
If he says, look, I guarantee low prices, nothing above 750 in Abuja, then people should support him, because for Nigerian people, what is important is low petrol prices. And right now, nobody is fighting for the interests of Nigerian people.
Prof, thank you so much for speaking with us on this subject. The insight you provide is always valuable. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.